What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. It's your boy Ben, and today I want to talk about the fact that Xenoverse 3 has finally been announced. It is finally here. It has taken way too long, 10 years now, almost 11, but finally Xenoverse 3 has been announced. Thank Jesus, hallelujah. But I have been seeing a lot of things online, a lot of people talking about how the game isn't going to do great, how it's going to be crap, how it's going to be like Sparking Zero, which is crazy to me because Sparking Zero did really well. I've also seen people say it's going to be like the Breakers, but you're wrong. Get out of here. Like, the fuck? But yeah, I just want to talk about Xenoverse 3 and why I think one, it's not going to do bad, but it's going to be arguably the best Dragon Ball game. Hell, I'd even want to say the best anime game. I don't really keep up with a lot of anime games. I'm a very casual anime guy. I watch like 6 shonens. Brother, that is it. So unless there's like some crazy, you know, I got turned into an elevator anime game that's actually a banger, I don't know. But from the big 3 standpoint, right, I think it's going to be the best anime game. Now, before I get into why I think it is, I do want to knock out the point of the people saying it's going to be like Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero sold great. It did well. It did have its issues, especially if you were someone who wasn't going to be an online guy, who didn't really want to play online fights. Yeah, you were kind of cooked. You had the what if shit that was like, you know, on paper sounded cool. It sounded cool from a story thing, but when you compare it to Xenoverse 2, you compare it to Kakarot, or even older Dragon Ball games, it was kind of like, eh. You know, it was like, eh. The what if things didn't really play much. They didn't even really utilize the characters like Gohan Black in story. Like there was really no point to do it, and it was just lackluster. Same thing with the created battle thing, whatever the hell it was called, custom battles. Lackluster. Great idea, just not really done the way it should have been. And then as a community, people just made crap. So like, yeah, those things weren't great, but like from an online point, besides the cheese that was there from day one, once the game started getting, you know, less cheesy, people, like, they started balancing some things a little more. It's a really good game. Now, I'm someone who didn't really hardcore online. I was never getting the game to hardcore online. My whole thing was, I want to get this game so me and my brother, me and my friends that get it, we can just like throw hands, have fun. Literally how you did it on the PS2. For me, that was never really an issue, but I will say I had a similar experience as some people had with Sparking with Fighters. When Fighters first came out, I remember I bought it, I was so hyped. I played online, got literally infinite comboed on the top corner, and was like, I'm gonna go play something else, and the arcade mode was like, okay. The story shit was like, literally you're just moving tiles. It was like, whatever. And I just kind of fell out of Fighters. Like, it was just like, and I never really touched it until recently. Recently, I've been getting more into fighting games and stuff. So like, I have been playing it now, but that was a big issue for me. And I know people who were hardcore fighting game people probably loved Fighters when it first came out and still love Fighters today. Okay, so now I want to talk about why Xenoverse 3 isn't going to have those same problems. So when we look at the game as a whole, Xenoverse had the main story, it had parallel quests, it had all of the stuff you could do with your character when it came to customization, when it came to learning skills, when it came to the training aspect with the other people. When you look at the things that they added, I mean, they added a literal board game to the game, and all of these things are just extra things you can do that you can't do in a Fighters, in a Sparking Zero. Not nearly as well, at least. So when Xenoverse 3 comes out, and if the online is chalked and it doesn't work, which I pray it doesn't, I pray it's great, but if it does have these issues, you're not going to have people going, well, there's nothing else for me to do, I'm going to leave, and then they don't come back because, you know, bad first impression, done with the game, they don't really want to play it, and then it takes forever for people to start getting back into the game. In this, you're going to be able to go, all right, online's not working for me. I'm going to do the main story, or I'm going to do parallel quests to get these skills for my character, or I'm going to explore the new city that we have and find other trainers and learn how to do new techniques and stuff. And just things you can do besides this one thing, when all the other games are really focused on one thing, right? So that's why, for like, the game isn't going to be like a Sparking when it comes to like its success, which, again, by the way, Sparking Zero did great, and it is doing great. It has had to add a lot more content, like the 100 battle thing that they just added, which I haven't touched. I mean to, but I just haven't gone. They have a new mode coming out with the DLC that they just announced. So like it would have been a lot better had those things been there day one. But Sparking Zero also was the first of its game. Like, yes, it had those PS2 games back in the day, but those games don't really transfer well over today, so they had to change some things up and redo it. And you know, it didn't really have like a Xenoverse 1, a Xenoverse 2. It just had Sparking. It was its own thing. You can't really count what they had back in the day because it's just a different company, different people, different ideas, different generation, different landscape of gaming in a whole. Now there are some things Xenoverse 3 like has to do that the previous games were terrible at. For example, netcode has to be fixed. Xenoverse 2, to this day, has the worst netcode I have ever seen in my entire life. You will literally be hitting someone, putting them in a whole combo, hit them with your ult, and then all of a sudden you'll die because on their screen they were comboing you, and then when it fixed up, it just gave you a 50-50. It was like, oh, they were both doing these things, here you go, all of a sudden you're dead. And it's like, Jesus. I mean, when you watch people play, I watched the Three Idiots, you know, Rhyme Style, Dotto, and C-Reacts. When I watch them play it, you'll see it in their videos when it happens. It's like, Jesus Christ. We've all been there. We've all played Xenoverse. We all know what happens, and that shit needs to be fixed, and I'm praying the netcode is absolutely stupendous. It is great, and you know, they do that right. Another thing, parallel quest, as fun as they were, the drop weights for getting stuff were horrendous. I remember there'd be times you'd be doing stuff, you could do it like 10 times, it would never drop, but then sometimes you would do a thing, and if you didn't complete it quick enough, you wouldn't get the like the bonus mission, like where like another character flies in where you can actually get the drop from. You just wouldn't get that sometimes. You'd have to restart. Like, it was very, very much grindy, and there will be some aspects. I doubt they're going to take some of the grinding aspects out, but those things do have to be fixed. They have to be addressed, and hopefully they're much better than what Xenoverse 2 was, and especially what Xenoverse 1 was. Balancing, they're going to have to balance. We have a lot more characters, which I think they'll be okay, but we don't want, like, I remember when Xenoverse 2 first came out, a buddy of mine, Alan, the guy I've done Fighters videos with, I remember me and him were playing it, and bro had me raging because it was like a week into when the game came out, he had like the most cheese. Like, he would freeze you and hit you with a dragon fist and follow up with like a one-handed like spirit bomb move. It was so fucked, right? And that will be in the game regardless. People are gonna figure out these moves that work really broken well together, like that are just like, holy crap, you can one-shot person if you just hit these 4 moves. Like, I know that's going to happen, but as long as they stay on top of it and they address and they fix those things or they balance things out when they are broken, this game is going to be generational. And I don't see why people are expecting it not to be. I think there's a lot of people that just want to hate, like today in gaming, look at something, they won't even give it a chance. They'll see what online people are saying and they'll be like, oh yeah, the game's trash. And sometimes they're right. Like High Guard, I thought it was bad, and it's not here. Sorry for all the High Guard fans. And there's been other games that it's happened to, but there's also, you know, people try to kill something before it's even there, and it's like, come on now, give it a chance. And if we look at the track record of Sparking, of Xenoverse, it has a very good track record. It's had 2 games. When you look at what Xenoverse 1 was and you look at what Xenoverse 2 was, it was monumentous when it came to how different, how much better the game felt. And that was way, like, the time gap between those 2 games was a lot less than what we have now. But yeah, I know this was a random ass video. It was kind of different than anything else I've done on this channel. I'm just very excited. I'm very hyped. I can't wait. And I just wanted to address this and throw my opinion into the pile and be like, hey, you know, here's what I have to say. As for what's coming up next here, I do want to do more Dragon Ball stuff, more just, you know, games I enjoy, and it's going to be in that same kind of ethosphere. I was thinking about doing some Naruto stuff, but as like an IP right now, when it comes to gaming, Naruto's kind of cooked. Invincible Versus is coming out soon. I already have that pre-ordered, so on the 30th, and I'm off that day, so, you know, baller. I will be doing content over that. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to be, whether it's going to be just online. I might do like a character series where I play with this character and, you know, try to learn it. I am very much new to like the more in-depth fighting games. I have just recently really got into it. But besides that, you know, just more content, might be some different things as well on top of those, like maybe some, like, you know, friend slop games might come. But besides that, have a great day. Like, share, subscribe, tell me what you guys think. Are you guys excited for Xenoverse 3? Do you think it's going to fail? Do you think it's going to be the greatest Dragon Ball game of all time? Let me know. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys when we get there. Peace.